Right, with James Franco.
What's your name, caller?
Hanji. I'm from Battle Creek, Michigan. And
what's your first name?
Hanji.
Hanji. Are you doing some transcendental meditation there? That music in the background.
I apologize. I should not have had that to say when I called. I love to listen to music. It is very relaxing. But now let's get back to this movie because I value your opinion and I want to make sure I'm not crazy. But that movie was, don't you, horrible. And I don't understand it. And Judy Garland is a brilliant woman because she was too old to play Dorothy. Too old. You don't take a book about childhood anxiety separation syndrome and do it with a 35-year-old woman. But she made it work. Now, James Franco, he's all right. I've seen him in the movie with the monkeys that kill people, and he's an all right actor, I suppose. But he was terrible. Just terrible. I was hoping that one of those flying creatures would kill him just so the movie would end. And the balloon from Omaha, and he didn't look anything like the old fellow in the movie. And he wasn't even the same height. Did they think was that stupid that he shrunk 5 feet or something?
Did you happen to see, Hanji, did you happen to see The Great Gatsby?
No, I haven't seen that yet. I
thought it was a good make.
I'm not big on period pieces, but I do plan on watching it. I saw the one with the monkeys that kill people. Way too much computer, not enough acting. You know, they did have the man from 30 Rock, or 30 Rock from the Shadow. That guy, he was good. It's the grandpa who gets the Alzheimer's. You know, I thought he did very good.
Sure. I gotta find out, how did you hear about our show?
I was perusing the thing and I saw movie review. And I love movie reviews. I would love to be a movie critic like Siskel and Ebert. You know, they blasted. I remember when I first came to America in 1985, they got on their show and they blasted Dune and said it was a piece of crap.
Yes, they did. I remember that.
And they said Dune was trash. They spent $65 billion on the set, and you walked through it for 2 seconds to go in a room and do a poorly done scene. And I thought, I'm going to love this country. You know, and Dune was, but the odd part is Dune's sort of a classic. But I think those nutsos that read those Facebooks will watch any movie they make. So, you know, but anyway, that's what I fell in love with. I took a movie review class at a local community college. It was very fun. Mise en scène and all the words. Very much enjoyed it. But I just, that Wizard of Oz movie was just horrid.
Do you have a blog yourself?
Do I have a what?
Do you have your own blog, like where we could go?
No, I thought that was some sort of blog. But no, I don't do anything with it. I'm getting better with the computer. I'm getting better with it. You know, in India, all we had was a bootleg typewriter. That's the most computeristic I got growing up. It's a bootleg typewriter. Yes, it smells of chemical. But you know, I mean, I came in the 80s, so you know there was the Bolatronic was $55 from the Woolworth. You know, that was my only access to a computer. God bless the Bolatronic, but that was a lot of money.
Do you have an email address that we could contact you on? We'd like to bring you on again.
No one has used email for 10 years, even in India. Where are you boys at? I'm going to hang up because I want you boys to finish your countdown because I was enjoying hearing about the music and I can listen to it.
Okay.
I am starting to re-find a love for American music. They have a store called The Goodwill, and I can get cassette tapes there for 50 cents, and I am starting to listen to music. I am enjoying it. It's a wonderful store.
If something that we spark you in our next top 5 while you're waiting there, just press 1, and we'll know that you want to come back on the line. We'd be happy to.
Well, yes, because I'll give you the Goodwill, but you must give me time because it takes a while for the things to show up. But eventually, everything shows up there.
And we're also every Monday at 9 p.m. We'd like to have you back again.
9 p.m. on Monday. I shall write that down. Oh, this is a very good part of the song.
Thank you. Oh,
I have a brother who can play that. He's very good. All righty. Well, you boys have a good day. I've enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you, Anjay.
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me? Ty.
I'm speechless.
But that's what makes Monday nights great. I mean,
anybody can come into the lounge.
That music really put me in a new. I'm ready for the rest of my top 5 after that music.
Oh, yeah.
I think George Harrison was not in my top 5.
Where are we?
But now I may have to add him just because that was like transcendental meditation. There was like I was waiting for the Raj Shankar or whatever that guy's name was to show up, and what do you call that? The sitar. I wanted to hear.
Right. Well, you'll like my number 4 then. You'll like my number 4.
What's your number 4?
My number 4. Speaking of hallucinations. Jim Morrison from The Doors.
Morrison. Why Jim Morrison?
Charisma, man. Charisma. And kind of like I was talking about with Irv earlier with Marilyn Monroe, Jim Morrison spans the generations, man.
You know, you're talking about people, it's like throw James Dean in there, too.
Yes.
Throw FK in there. Because you're talking about people who died young, celebrities who died young. Throw Kurt Cobain in there.
Yes.
Throw Jimi Hendrix in there.
Unfulfilled potential.
And forever young.
Yes. All good looking. Maybe not Kurt Cobain.
Cobain was kind of scary looking, but
yeah.
The rest of them were.
We'll leave him behind.
Kurt Cobain got on the house. And I think much overrated talent after his death.
Yes. And it only grew. The legend grew because he passed away. Absolutely.
Right. My number 4 is, believe it or not, I don't know how to put this. Bon Jovi.
John Bon Jovi? You should have heard, by the way, you should have just heard Michelle in the back room. She said, "Oh, Lord." Yes. Like freaking kidding.
And he has spanned the 80s.
It's true. No, you've got a point there. You do have a point there.
He's the only hair band to have survived the 80s, really. I mean, Def Leppard a little bit, but
right.
Died in like 92. I mean, he made it on his own and with a band. He's great on stage. He's a great songwriter.
It's true.
And he's got charisma.
He does. And he just fired Richie Sambora.
And he should have. Richie was, I think, stealing from the band.
Yes. So he got canned. So it really isn't. It isn't really Bon Jovi anymore. It's John Bon Jovi.
Correct.
But so that was your number 3, or was that number 4?
That was my number 4.
I'm sorry, Hanjay has me confused.
Hanjay's still listening to it.
I'm taking a whiff of what he's smoking.
I want that soundtrack.
It's terrific. We're at number 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my third one, Roger Daltrey.
The Who.
Yeah, I loved him. Everybody bagged on him at the Super Bowl a few years ago. I think he still brought it. Guy's got charisma. He was an actor. He was in many films.
Actor.
Yeah, maybe so. But good looking, great chops. Just a great all around frontman, and I've got him at number 3.
He's on my honorable mention list.
Okay.
Not make my top 5, but I think he's talented. I don't think he sings very well live.
Really? I'd have to go back and listen. I thought he gave a great performance at the Super Bowl. But
I didn't listen. Listen.
Well, you're not a football fan, so you probably didn't see.
No, but I'm usually like it's embarrassing to say I will turn it on during halftime.
You just watch for the acts. Don't watch the game.
The commercials are good too.
Yeah,
commercials are good too. Number 3. Are we on number 3?
I think so. I'm still thinking about Hanjay.
I am too. I can't. I've really lost count here.
Hanjay from Battle Creek, Michigan. I don't know if you noticed this, Nick. I wonder if it's Ramsey Swice who's actually Hanjay, because I thought.
Well, I asked that. Do you think it was?
I thought his accent kind of came and went.
It did a little bit. It did a little bit.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Bono.
Nice. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, Bono, again, spans 3 decades, going into his 4th. Charisma, sang for meaningful things in his country.
All the work he's done for human rights.
A ton of humanitarian work.
Yeah.
Friends with every president probably since Clinton.
Yeah. Think about that. A rock star who can get the president on the line.
Yeah, Bono has been more than influential. I think he deserves to be at number 3. Who's your third?
My third was Daltrey. My second was Robert Plant. These are going to get pretty predictable on my part. Robert Plant at number 2. he's a legend, man. He's got great charisma. And the stories. If you're a lead man, you got to have great stories, too. And
what do you mean by the stories? Like,
talking about what they did to hotel rooms, that kind of thing. They're not very clean, but
it's funny because, like, to me, Zeppelin, and again, there's a reason. It's because I've not been exposed to it quite enough, them quite enough in a live setting because I'm too young. But Zeppelin, to me. And they don't. Why don't they have more? Besides, The Song Remains the Same, which is a bizarre movie. Why don't they have more live performances on DVD? It bothers me.
I wonder if that's a rights thing.
I don't know, but so Zeppelin to me is Zeppelin. I can't really pinpoint one character that makes them. I mean, each one so dynamically were like similar to the Beatles. Obviously Lennon and McCartney stood out with the Beatles, but I think John, Paul, Jones, Bonham, Page and Plant, each aspect of what they brought to the table was not only unique and an element to the group, but also totally recognizable. You knew the bass line was John Paul Jones, or the organ was John Paul Jones. And I think that's why I have a hard time putting Plant as, top 3 frontmen. But I could tell you who number 2 is, and that's Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger is... Without a doubt, I will tell you, I saw them in 2003 or 2 at the old Vet Stadium in Philadelphia, and it was the greatest show I've ever seen.
That good, considering their age.
And, Ty, if it was less expensive or their last tour was 10 years ago when I had more money, I would have gone to see these last round of shows. That's how good it was. I mean, I can't. I didn't want it to end at the end. I mean, I think they closed with Sympathy for the Devil, and they dropped rose petals from the sky. And it was like the whole stadium got dark and there were rose petals falling. It was just absolutely crazy. And here I'm looking at guys that are older than my parents, and Mick Jagger just has more energy than I do.
And he, my friend, is my number 1.
He's your number 1?
Without question.
Tell why.
Because think about, when did they start? Early 60s? Early 60s?
Right around the same time as the Beatles, so 63.
And yet, still very relevant. Think about that.
Oh, my God, more than relevant. If you don't respect the Stones, go home.
Well, that's true. And you think about all the acts that we get rammed down our throat, like the Justin Biebers and the Taylor Swifts. Hey, call me when you've been working in 5 decades, okay? Like Mick Jagger and the rest of the boys have. And
going into a 6th, yeah.
It's just, it will not be duplicated again. Let me put it that way. No.
And what I've always enjoyed, and it's something that will, with my number 1, who who it is.
Sure.
Same type situation. When you have a band such as the Beatles, such as the Stones, that can reinvent themselves over the course of a decade or 2, or in the Stones' case, 6 decades, but can reinvent their music, reinvent themselves, go into different areas of music. To me, that's just incredible. And the Stones were one of those bands. I mean, you listen to Satisfaction and then listen to Sympathy for the Devil or Shattered or,
well, even some of their real commercial stuff.
Some of their real commercial
Start
stuff.
Me Up or Waiting on a Friend.
Right.
Very listable, even though it hook-laden. Mm-hmm. Incredibly hook-laden. There's so many hooks in those songs. And yet, they fit right in with anything on Top 40.
Oh, yeah, and still do.
Yeah.
And again, like Queen, like Michael Jackson, like some of these other bands that are from years ago, they'll be played in sports arenas throughout the world till the end of time. Forever.
And can you say that about... And I hate to pick on him, but he just pisses me off. Justin Bieber. I'm so sick of him, Nick. You have no idea.
So Freddie's my number 1, and I'd have to say for the voice range and from the onstage performances, some scary, but all he was just a very interesting person, whacked out, and the music went from opera to hard rock to disco to theatrical stuff. So
you'll laugh, Nick. My favorite Queen song, and you're gonna you're going to slap me. I love